Hey guys, it's Jonah here back with a beer review, and I've had a few beers lying around for a while, about 6 months actually, and they're kind of special because, as some of you know, I got cancer during lockdown and had to go into hospital and have operations and just medieval torture treatments and all sorts of stuff, which I'm kind of still going through, but less often. Um, anyway, during that time, I had to take some time off work. And weirdly, one of the times I was in hospital, I'd already booked as my annual leave because it was around my birthday, which is just absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, my boss, who I've spoken about before, Dean, bought me, and a lot of the other people that I work with chipped in some money, and he bought me a box of beers, which was really, really nice of them all. I think it was 6 beers or something. It was some Amazon deal, but they're all British beers. They're all a lot of them are from Yorkshire, kind of like this one. But yeah, I haven't been. I think I've had one, maybe two so far. But I thought I'd go back onto these. So we've got a brewery called Ossett or Ossett, something like that, and this one is called Yorkshire Blonde. Um, and it is a pale ale. It's a fruity pale ale. It's only at 3.9, but look at that. It's a kind of weird sort of Banksy style blackout shadow type. I don't know. It's interesting the way they've done that picture. And I have got another one from these guys, Ossett Brewery, OSSETT. So you will see another one of those. Anyway, Yorkshire Blonde, our best-selling beer, pays homage to stunning Yorkshire. The inspiration behind everything that we brew. This lager-coloured ale, full body, well-rounded, general addition of Mount Hood hops, which gives, added late, gives us delicate fruity aroma. And Ossett is West Yorkshire, I think, somewhere like that. I think it's up there. And then there's some other stuff about the brewery, progressive brewery, etc., craft beer, blah blah blah. I believe they started in the late 90s, very late 90s, just before the millennium, and have been going from strength to strength. And I do have a little bit of a connection to Yorkshire anyway. So, Shimon, I thought the sun is now out, so why not have some of those pale beers that I was kind of sitting on over sort of autumn and winter, but now the sun has reappeared, the plants are starting to bloom. Look, there's even Ossett on the cap. So the branding is quite cool. I do like it. Wow. Whoa. A bit of carbonation in that bad boy. A bit of smokage. I know some people really like, you can see, really like seeing the smoke come out of the bottles. Oh, oh. So, as some of you may know, oops, what is it with this glass? It always seems to give me a lot of head. I wonder if this, I'll have to double check. I really like this glass. Look at that. Whoa. Really, really going for it. Wonder if this is a nucleated bad boy. I'm gonna put that aside for a minute. 4 fingers, even 5 fingers, it's sticking out the top like an ice cream. Just one cornetto. Anyhow, what I was going to say, yeah, Mount Hood. Now, Mount Hood hops are quite interesting because I believe They are related. It's an American hop, but I believe they're related to German noble hops, Hallertauer, if I remember rightly. So this is kind of like the American version of a noble hop, which I think is quite interesting, because it used to be Cascade, and now Citra is the most used hop in the world, basically, but definitely in America, the most grown hop worldwide. Um, but yeah, some of the noble hops, usually from Germany, but there are some from what used to be called Bohemia, but is now, oh, I guess Croatia and places like that. Um, yeah, have the other kind of noble hops too, which kind of gave them the Bohemian sort of Pilsner style. That isn't really what this one's about. So it's a Yorkshire Pale Ale, but it's got American American noble hops, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, I'm getting very kind of zestiness from this, very zesty fruits, lemon, especially maybe a bit of lime, which is interesting coming from pale ale. Yeah, it's kind of a bit zesty too. The beer itself, I should probably do that, is very clear, as you can probably see me through there. Look at that carbonation. That is absolutely ridiculous carbonation. Anyway, cheers beers. Let's get it in. Ooh, interesting. So initially, yeah, it's got that zesty kind of thing going on. It's not like, it's not a lager. It looks very much like a lager, but it's not. Zestiness, then a bit of kind of malty smoothness on the mouth, which is really nice. And then it goes a little bit sweet, which is a little bit bizarre, especially considering the ABV is so low. Not sure where that sweetness is coming from. Wow, and very much um, like the beer I had not that long ago, which is a Belgium style beer, left with a huge amount of head in the glass. And I very much suspect that this glass I'm using is a nucleated one. And like I say, I've had this beer for like 6 months. It's bottle conditioned. So yeah, that is not good. I might have to retire this glass, which is a real shame because I love this glass. There's a lot of history with this. This glass is a few decades old, um, and it's an Anchor Steam glass, which is, I believe, quite unusual, especially in the UK. Anchor Steam beer you can get. The only downside is it did have, yeah, it's here. I don't know if you can see here, a little bit of sort of gold, and a bit here as well. Gold stuff that's still left, yeah, on the glass. It used to say Anchor, and it was kind of gold leaf stuck on the outside. And unfortunately, it was washed a bit too robustly, shall we say, too vigorously, and the gold kind of leaf came off, which is a real shame. But it's a really fantastic glass. I guess, yeah, this is a glass to make things fizzier than they should be. I mean, Jesus, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like champagne. See those bubbles coming up? Very, very cool. But yeah, this is a nice beer, especially for a summer's day or a spring stroke summer's day. We are now on the other side of Easter, so leading up to summer, um, but we're not quite May yet, um, and that's kind of when spring is starting to turn into summer. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, definitely getting some colour on my pate. When you've got beers like this to drink outside in the garden, life is definitely good. So what I'm going to do, guys, finish this video, bid you adieu, and I'm going to nip out into the garden, finish this beer, and work on my tan. Cheers and beers. Make sure you click like and subscribe. Otherwise, you might miss some of Unclejona's wrongness and some other amazing beers like this one. Cheers, guys. We'll see you real soon.